Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 761st day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. Russia has lost approximately 438,160 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war, the General Staff of Ukraine's armed forces reported. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 770 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 6 tanks, 24 armored combat vehicles, 27 artillery systems, 1 multiple launch rocket system, 1 air defense system, 14 drones, 4 cruise missiles, 44 vehicles, and 4 pieces of special equipment. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. There were 45 combat engagements. The enemy launched a total of 4 missile and 56 air strikes, carried out 43 multiple launch rocket system. The enemy fired 2 ballistic missiles at Kiev. The Ukrainian Air Defense Forces shot down both missiles. In the evening, the enemy launched another ballistic missile attack at the territory of Ukraine. The aftermath of this attack is being determined. The Ukrainian Air Force launched air strikes on 9 concentrations of troops, weapons, and military equipment of the occupiers. The Ukrainian missile forces hit 1 air defense system, 1 artillery system, 1 electronic warfare station, 1 concentration of troops, 1 drone control station of the Russian invaders. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Russia is forming a new army corps near Luga and expanding its military presence in the northwest. This comes despite most forces being focused on Ukraine. Russia will likely face a decision: keep these new units for defense or send them to Ukraine to bolster their fight. This need for reinforcements in Ukraine might hinder Russia's plans to expand its military overall. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. The March 22 Islamic State Khorasan attack on Moscow's Crocus City Hall is a notable Russian intelligence and law enforcement failure, and explaining currently available open-source evidence does not require any wider and more complicated conspiracy theory either within or against the Russian state. Kremlin officials and Russian ultranationalists' continued insistence on blaming Ukraine for an attack that Islamic State Khorasan very likely committed may come at the expense of Russian internal security and civilian lives. The Russian Ministry of Defense confirmed that Lieutenant General Esadullah Abachev became the Leningrad Military District Deputy Commander as the Russian military continues the formal disbandment of the Western Military District and recreation of the LMD and Moscow Military District. Ukrainian officials stated that the Ukrainian strike on occupied Sevastopol, Crimea on the night of March 23 targeted more Black Sea Fleet ships and caused more damage than initially reported. The Kremlin continues to lean on long-debunked narratives as part of its wider information operations aimed at discrediting and undermining Western support for Ukraine. Russian forces recently made confirmed advances near Avdiivka. In Zelensky's nightly address said damage caused by the Russian strikes on Kiev is being repaired. After the attacks on power facilities, the situation is complicated in Odessa and Mykolaiv. Kharkiv is still in a challenging situation, but everyday energy supply to the city is gradually restored. Please take care of those who need support. Throughout the day, the military, intelligence, and the security service of Ukraine provided reports on the current threats, and the defense minister and commander-in-chief discussed how to further reduce Russia's terrorist potential. The security service was congratulated on its professional day. He also took part in an iftar where he thanked everyone who cares about Ukraine and helps us, honored his warriors, and wished a fair and just peace for Ukraine and all nations. He finished by saying Putin was talking to himself again, and accused Ukraine of being a terrorist organization. He is the biggest opening for terror, and his demand will disappear with him. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.